At this point, I'm not even going to pretend, honestly, that this will be my last video on the subject, because there is a never-ending string of bad decisions being made by Earth 2, its developers, the influencers promoting it, and the community defending it. It doesn't end. It just keeps on going again and again. And this time, it's a 5-minute response from the CEO himself that, in my opinion, could not have been much worse. As always, a lightning fast recap for anyone who's just getting here, but there's a whole bunch of other videos on the channel and other channels for that matter, so you can watch any of those to get a full picture. But again, a lightning fast recap here. Earth 2 is a game, an investment, maybe an unregistered security or something else entirely, but the one thing it isn't is Ready Player One or The Matrix, which is what they say it will be. Right now, you can buy and sell digital map tiles on a satellite map of Earth and hope to sell them down the line for more and more money to get rich. That's it. That's the whole thing. And in my eyes, it's an idiotic place to put your money. It's a ridiculous concept designed to prey on digital age FOMO, especially in the time of blockchain and cryptocurrency. And it's a platform that can never and will never accomplish the untenable goals that they so often advertise. At one point, I was attempting to take the high road. I had convinced myself that I was done covering this idiotic platform and the world would be better off for it. I'm sure a large number of viewers give absolutely no shits about this entire topic. But then the company behind the project decided to hire a junior developer, in their words, who has, shall we say, a history. Tanner Rosankovic, the dev that they hired, also known as Various Benson in certain capacities, has a history of lies and manipulations. At one point, he was falsifying reviews for his own games. More recently, he has been attempting to falsify reviews for another game called Monogon Echoes, I believe, but that's not all. In the past, he stole assets for one of his titles, a fact well detailed in other videos, and lied about his age in an attempt to circumvent Valve's terms of use. And now, a recording of him has been leaked in which he directly claims that the CEO of Earth 2 is contracting a law firm for a massive lawsuit against YouTubers. That's where we were yesterday, but today is a brand new day. Now, the CEO himself has come out with a statement, which I'll link down below, the full thing, stating that there is no such lawsuit and it has been completely manufactured. That's good news, one would think, right? But no, it isn't, because he also goes on to defend the developer who is flat out lying to everyone around him, saying that this is a case of cyberbullying. There are claims about the recordings being illegal, that he's underage, which he lied about in order to get through Steam's policy requirements, and even the claim that he was 15 at the time and 18 now doesn't even hold up, because over a year and a half ago, Tanner Rosankovic did an interview in which he directly claimed to be 18, and a year and a half later, he claims in the audio from a few days ago that he is 18. That's not how chronological reality works. One of these, or both, was a lie. Now, I wasn't personally involved way back then when Various Benson or Tanner Rosankovic was being called out for his behavior regarding the title Civil Contract, and as a result, I won't even focus on him, primarily, as an individual. Instead, I'll focus on Shane Isaac, the CEO of Earth 2. Shane made it very clear that he has no idea whether or not the audio leak is Tanner, but how in the hell could that possibly be? I have no idea, because the entire Earth 2 team is like, what, 10 people? Either A, Shane Isaac and the rest of his current team did absolutely no research whatsoever into who this person was, and then never even heard him speak for 5 minutes during and after the hiring process, or he's lying about that too. He claims that this would be cyberbullying, but when the YouTube systems are being used to literally shut down a YouTuber's content, which the Earth 2 community is doing right now on numerous occasions, and was done extensively back then by Tanner himself, that's what landed him here in the first place, well, is it really cyberbullying to say, hey, look, this person is stealing assets, and then when they fraudulently strike down your content, say, hey, look, this person is falsely filing YouTube strikes and abusing the legal system? Is that cyberbullying? Is that the Pillsbury Doughboy world you're from, Shane? Let's take a break from that, though, and go over something else entirely. Shane Isaac literally claimed straight up that the negative press was helping Earth 2, and that there had been a 20% sales spike as a result of the videos. That's actually completely false. The sales spike was almost certainly a result of renewed Facebook advertising that went live the day before the spike occurred, but it doesn't even matter because, well, he said it and he claimed it. In order to prove prima facie defamation, a plaintiff must show 4 things, and keep in mind, many defamation complaints have now been filed by numerous Earth 2 community members and possibly the company itself in multiple different countries, including the UK, Italy, and Australia. Funnily enough, Australia is the country of residence for Earth 2 with an office, go figure, in the UK. 1. A false statement purporting to be fact. 2. Publication or communication of that statement to a third person. 3. Fault amounting to at least negligence. And 4. Damages or some harm caused to the person or entity who is the subject of the statement. Earth 2 is the subject, but the CEO himself openly claims that the content has been helping his project. How then do we reconcile this against the onslaught of defamation complaints and claims? Well, we kind of don't. Furthermore, if we extend these 4 pillars outward, it would require that false statements have been made in a negligent way, but there is cold hard proof of Tanner Rozenkovic's actions, and there is cold hard proof of all definitive statements made in all of these videos. Still not done. Hoag Law, managing partner at the Hoag Law firm and owner of the Hoag Law YouTube channel, covered this game and deduced in his own words that the entire thing is quite likely an unregistered security, and even went so far as to find clauses like this in the terms of service that state, quote, "We may elect to compulsorily acquire virtual land from you without notice." Yeah, you have land that's worth $1 million in their game, they can just take it at any point for any reason. Hoag Law actually called this, I believe, verbatim, one of the worst terms of service agreements he's ever seen in his life. It may not be exactly that, but it was damn close to it, so keep that in mind. This is an actual lawyer who's saying this is one of the worst terms of service agreements that he's seen. That's a big deal. Their own TOS closely resembles that of a securities exchange, but every other paragraph says things directly in contrast by stating that even though these things effectively function like securities with similar expectations and uses, we can just take them. If we want them, we can take them and you can't do anything and we can ban you and your money is gone. It's an investment, but we're a game, so it's different. Haha, bye-bye. Shane Isaac is running one of the riskiest and least regulated monetary exchange platforms I have ever personally seen, and instead of seeking credibility and stable relationships for his development team, he hires and then defends a kid of unknown age because he lies too much, so who the hell knows, and he even acknowledges this in the, it's not even an apology, in the defense video, in his thoughts video, I don't even know, but he defends this and acknowledges it, and he clearly knows it. Who then lies about him, right? The kid lies about the CEO of the company he now works for, the unregistered monetary exchange platform, effectively, saying a whole bunch of things about a $4 million lawsuit, and he defends this person. Websites that manage millions of dollars, credible financial institutions, don't have pathologically lying underage minors working for them. Even if he is 18, who knows? It's entirely unknown at this point. That's not someone you hire at an emerging tech platform that's already under fire for sketchy business dealings. And you definitely don't defend that action by crying about cyberbullying. Shane Isaac brings up cancel culture. No, wrong. Cancel culture's most negative aspect is defined as the pursuit of ruining someone's future livelihood, preemptively or in a targeted fashion. If Tanner Rozenkovic had been targeted by YouTubers in the past, and then as soon as Earth 2 hired him, he got targeted again along with that project, that would probably be easily agreed upon cancel culture. That isn't what happened. Earth 2 was sketchy before him, and YouTubers were taking a look at it because of that, independently. Then in the midst of the turmoil, they hired a proven liar and thief. That in turn spurred renewed scrutiny because projects that Tanner had collaborated on in the past had exhibited a whole range of disreputable behavior, and the decision of Earth 2, not the YouTubers, led to a fresh wave of attention aimed directly his way. That's not cancel culture, and I'm not going to say it's accountability culture either, because it's neither of those things. That's like if a bank that says they aren't a bank in their terms of service hires a financial criminal right as they are getting a lot of press in financial journals for suspect lending. That bank did this to themselves. The subsequent articles about a financial criminal that arise as a result and are fed through the press are not cancel culture. They are, at worst, a reaction to yet another suspect decision that further degraded the reputation of that bank that isn't a bank, and no one can be blamed but the bank itself. Think about this. The CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, which handles mass numbers of financial transactions and personal information, and operates like a financial institution with an impending angle of cryptocurrency integration even, hired a proven liar, thief, and scammer. And then, when people were like, well, hold on there, buddy, what's going on here? That's a pretty bad move. He said, don't you cyberbully him. He's creative. After the liar lied about the CEO launching a multi-million-dollar defamation lawsuit to nuke the lives of his detractors. What the hell, man? Is this your kid or something? The CEO of Earth 2 now directly knows what kind of disreputable employee has been hired, and his company is in possession of insane personal information. Remember the requirements for withdrawal from before? Address, account numbers, etc. Remember how they want, ID pictures or full names or all sorts of shit to get your money? Yeah, a proven bad apple now works at that company on a small team that has all of your info. They know what he is, and the CEO is directly defending him. The tired claim is that this is about money for them. These YouTubers just want clickbait drama for views. And in one sense, it's a good deflection because I certainly do make money off of YouTube, but at the same time, I would make a whole lot more if I just promoted this garbage platform. I could have started this whole thing and bought a ridiculous amount of cheap digital land and then promoted it to my audience and convinced at least some of them to buy with my affiliate code and made 10 times what I do from ad revenue. I could have gotten the algorithm to increase the value of my land by having people buy after me, becoming an upstream person in the multi-level marketing dynamics. I could have gotten a pretty big number of people to do it, I guarantee you, and I would have made a ridiculous amount of money that they probably wouldn't even have let me cash out or would have seized for their own as allowed by their terms of service in the process. I could have profited in a way that goes so far beyond the piddly little ad revenue that I get. I would have made the existing Earth 2 influencers get hemorrhoids. And I could have actually made the shirt that I spitballed about in my previous video, a flaming Earth, and sold it for even more money. I was going to make that shirt if the lawsuit was real and fund the proceedings if needed. Now, I might just get that design going right after this video because I could have profited so much more from this dumpster fire than I did. It's insulting to hear people say that that was my only motivation. But if they're going to say it regardless, why don't I make some more money? After all, according to the CEO, this coverage actually boosts their own sales too, so why don't I continue down a mutually beneficial road for the betterment of all? No, actually, one of their lead influencers, the self-proclaimed biggest investor, Aria Realty, he approached me for fake drama and fake beef so we could make more money on ad revenue, right? This is like an integrated part of their fucking culture. Jeez. Yeah. So was that true? Is this beneficial, mutually beneficial for everyone, according to the CEO? This is just boosting their sales. Yes? No? Was he blowing smoke out his ass? Nah. I think I'll just take him at his word. That's it. In the meantime, buy some merch down below. Help me make more money. Ha ha ha. Follow on Idiocy, which is a YouTube platform alternative. Support on Locals for $5 a month. Or check out some other YouTubers who are linked in the description. Oh, and social media as well. It's all down below. Thank you for watching, and have a nice night. And this is possibly not my last video on the topic. I'm not even going to pretend like it might be.